Hey, Chiropassion champions. Happy Healthy Monday. Hopefully you guys had a great day. I just got out of the office. I just got home, had a wonderful day in the office, a great day in practice, certainly adjusted, took care of a lot of people. And I want to share with you guys some different ways to grow your practice. And I'll tell you, one of the most powerful things I've learned is in order to educate means to draw from, and this happened 100 times today, out of all the people I saw. How to connect with people is to ask them a question. So one of the ways I kind of share that, I come from an Italian family, that kind of Italian heritage, and one of the jokes I always make when I speak on stage is, how you doing? So a lot of times, in fact, I was down at the Florida Chiropractic Society, and I always start that. I start that with the Borio concept of asking a question, because Italians, in a jestful way, never really answer a question. They just ask another question. So, if I was to say, like, how you doing? Like a true Italian would say, how you doing, right? Or what's going on with you? What's going on with you? How's your mother? How's your mother? So it's constantly asking a question with another question. And what I've learned, certainly in practice, almost 30 years, is, boy, we're so quick. We've been educated from such a young age that we're rewarded by answering the question, right? So when you're a little kid and somebody says, what color is this? Or, what's 2 plus 2, or whatever this is, we're so quick to give that answer because we're the student, and whoever is asking the question, if you will, is the teacher. And I think, you get out of chiropractic school and now you're in practice, and we kind of forget to switch that role. We forget that we're the teacher now. We're the one that asks the question. And one of the things, I always try to drive home is, in a simple way, that, when we answer the question, we're offering an opinion. When we ask them the question, what you'll find is they own the answer. And the difference between that is monumental. What I mean by that is this, real simple. Dr. Joe said, or I have. That the difference between those two things is the difference between them doctor shopping or owning what they have because they came up with the answer. So rather than show somebody an x-ray, for example, and then just, if you will, tell them everything, we just ask them questions. And that's what I teach in our program. That's how I coach. So in other words, rather than tell them what's wrong with them, ask them what's wrong with them. People know there's no health in crooked. People know straighter's healthier than crooked, right? So when you show them their x-ray and you show them their posture and you show them their thermal, whatever criteria test you're doing, and you say, listen, what's the concern there? There's a huge difference between them saying, wow, that doesn't look good. I mean, I just did that with a bunch of people tonight. Well, Jesus, that doesn't look good. That looks bad. There's a big difference between that and you saying, hey, Bob, here's what's going on, and this looks bad, and that looks bad, and that looks bad. Like, see, in those cases, that's a very weak ownership of the principle. But if I say to them, hey, look at Bob, what's the concern there? They don't need to be a radiologist to go, well, Jesus, that doesn't look straight, right? And what's the concern? What's inside there? Well, my nerves are inside there. So what's happening to your nerves if you're crooked, right? Well, they're getting pressed on. So are they working better or worse? Are you getting healthier or sicker? Is a spine like that allowing your body to be healthier or sicker? You know what I mean? It just goes down to that simple asking a question and getting them to say, I'm crooked, it's pressing on my nerves, I'm sick, and that isn't good. And then you ask the question, how long has it been there for? And they're going to go, Jesus, it's probably been there a long time. Right, so if it's been there a long time and it's a concern, you tell me, Bob, how long do you think that's going to take to get well? They're going to say, not everybody, but certainly more than less will say, well, it's going to take a long time. Exactly. You see, they said, I'm sick, it's been there a long time, and it's going to take a long time to get well, just by me asking the question. But, unfortunately, we were taught, I was certainly taught by other coaches. I was certainly taught by my teachers and everyone very well intended. I'm not knocking it. But it's a very weak way to educate people. Educate means to draw from. I start from the principle that everybody already understands chiropractic. They don't know what is chiropractic, right? They already know that the brain tells the body what to do. They already know that. And they know that the nerves go through the spine. They already know. I mean, everybody knows that. And if your spine's crooked, do the nerves work better or worse? They know that it works worse. They'll probably say, well, it probably works worse. Well, if I step on your nerve, does it work better or worse? Well, it works worse. So if a vertebrae is stepping on your nerve, does it work better or worse? Well, it's going to work worse. So bad nerves that work worse, does that make you healthier or sicker? Well, it makes me sicker. You see what I mean? So just by going through those questions, you then open up the opportunity now to have a conversation with somebody about chiropractic, because I never answer the question. I do I call it the Borio style Italiano. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, Dr. Joe, when do you think I'm going to get better? Hey, Bill, that's a great question. When do you think you're going to get better? And I know I do it jestfully and trying to be funny, but the reality is I ask somebody when they think they're going to get better, when they ask me when they're going to get better. Right? Hey, Dr. Joe, I'm doing better. Do you think I can come in maybe 1 time a week rather than 2 times a week? Well, Bob, you tell me. Why do you think I've got you 2 times a week or 3 times a week? Why do you think I have that schedule? So you tell me, is it good to do less of what got you well? Let me ask you a question. How does doing less of what got you well keep you well? How does doing less? Like if you were going to the gym and you got really in shape, do you go to the trainer, hey, listen, I'm in really good shape. Can I come in here less often? Do you go to your nutritionist and say, you know what, geez, I'm doing so much better nutritionally. Can I eat healthy less often? Is that no? So why are you doing that here? Why are you saying I'm getting well? So let me do less. See, I'm not ever answering the question. I'm just asking them the question so that they give me the answer. Because if they give me the answer, they own it. They're not saying, hey, Dr. Joe Borio said. They're saying, I have. Now, is it 100%? Absolutely not. I wish it was. But I'll tell you, over my 29 years of practice and over the 10 years I've been coaching docs, the docs who ask the questions, who decide I'm never going to answer the question, the doc who says, hey, I'm only going to ask a question, those are the docs that do better. Those are the docs that help more people. Those are the people who start to understand what we do more because they own it. Again, is it 100%? No, not at all, right? Because, yeah, I'll give you a perfect example. You ever get the doc or patient who comes in and says, hey, I need to be fixed? You ever get that? Hey, doc, I need to be fixed. My first question is, why did you break? Why are you broken? Right? I mean, if I was a mechanic, you brought your car in and you say, listen, geez, I've been driving it for, I don't know, a couple of years. I've never changed the oil. I've never lined it up, but it broke. I wasn't even doing anything, right? You ever get that? I was just going through my normal life. I was just driving my car to the grocery store. Boom, it broke for no apparent reason, right? Why did it break? When's the last time you took care of it? So if I didn't take care of my car ever, would you anticipate it breaking? Yeah. So here's your spine. Here's your nervous system. You've never taken care of it. You've never lined it up. You never had it checked. You never had it balanced out. You didn't do anything. So why do you think it broke? Because I wasn't taking care of it, right? So getting you well isn't treating you, right? Getting you well means we need to go back to what? Taking care of it. See, there's a difference between taking care of it and being treated. Nobody wants to be treated. People need and want to be taken care of, right? Because if I treat you, there's a beginning and an end, and everyone can't wait till it's over, right? But everybody wants to be taken care of, and the reality is everybody needs to be taken care of, right? Not because you're hurt, but because that's the way the body works best. The body works best at its optimum. All these words we like to use as chiropractors, right? The body works best at its optimum when it's being taken care of. And chiropractors, our role in taking care of people is to take care of the spine and nervous system. That doesn't negate nutrition. It doesn't negate exercise. It doesn't negate any of that. I'm not even claiming a hierarchy. I'm just saying what I do as a chiropractor is to take care of you. And the way I take care of you, the primary center stage in office is to take care of your spine and your nervous system. That's what I do. That's what we do as chiropractors, at least as our primary premise. The other thing's great if you're doing those as office. Wonderful, fantastic. Dee Dee Palmer said keep chiropractic center stage. As long as that's my message, regardless of what else I'm doing, I'm going to help a lot of people because those people are tending to their spine. And the easiest way to try to get them to get it, even though no one ever gets it, right? The easiest way to get them to get it more is to ask questions. So just remember, when you're in the office and you're talking to people, one of the best ways to really to have some fun is to just go through every day and never answer a question. Just ask them a question. And you'll find that once you start to see it, it takes a little while. It's a perspective and a perception, right? So I'm sitting in one area of the stadium watching the game. Now I need to sit in another area to watch the game. And it's tough because your body's going to immediately want to go and answer the question. But stop for a second, relax, breathe, and go, geez, what is the question that I could ask them to help them get the answer themselves, right? What is the question I could ask? Hey, Doc, when do you think I'm going to get better? Bob, that's a great question. When do you think you're going to get better? Well, geez, you're the doctor. No, I can appreciate that. Do you remember the concerns in there? Remember how long they've been there? So if something's been there for 25 years, do you think coming in 2 weeks of care, do you think that's enough to reverse something that's been there for 25 years? I mean, you tell me. No. Well, how long do you think it would take to correct something 25 years? A long time. Exactly. So why are you asking me this stinking question, right? But again, it gets them to wake up. It gets them to look at it from a different perspective because I'm now asking them the question. Remember, doctor, physician, Latin, right? Greek comes from doctor, which comes to teach. So I'm there. I'm the teacher. So if you're the teacher, you're the person who asks the question. I'm not going to tell them anything anymore. I'm going to ask them, or certainly as best as I can. And I'm telling you, one of the easiest ways to get more people to lead them towards the beautiful gift of chiropractic that every man, woman, and child needs to be adjusted. Why? Because it's good for you, right? The easiest way to do it, to take the load off your back, to take the pressure off your back, to stop making it feel like I got to know all the answers and I have to give them everything all the time. Just take a breather. No matter what they ask you, ask them a question. No matter what it is, just ask them a question. When do you think I'm going to be better? How often do you think I need to come in? How long do you think it's going to take? Well, how long do you think it's going to take, right? Is chiropractic dangerous? Will you tell me? Do you think chiropractic is dangerous? If we're the second largest health profession in the world, you tell me, do you think chiropractic care is dangerous? Is it safe for my child? Will you tell me? Do you think chiropractic care is safe for your child? Like, so often we're quick to defend and we're quick to start throwing out statistics and, they're not chiropractors, right? They're soccer moms. They're moms that are running companies and businesses. They're dads that are plumbers. And, they're people that don't know anything about what we do, even though they know chiropractic, not as chiropractic. And they're coming to you to solve a problem. I don't feel good. I hurt. My body's not working the way it's supposed to. And they don't know any better. So we got to stop for a minute. We got to breathe for a minute. And we got to think, what are the best questions that I can ask them to help lead them to that next level? That's that when you start really mastering that in your office, I'll tell you, the interactions between your practice members and you, they're so much more fun. You don't feel so pressured. You're going to be shocked at how much they know the better you get by asking those questions. You'll be shocked by the fact that you start asking the question, the better you get at it, you can kind of nudge them and lead them to the answer that they need. And boy, all of a sudden they really start to get it at a deeper level, which makes them have more fun in your office. I have people that'll say to me, Doc, you always ask me a question. Well, that's because you always ask me a question. Why do you think I ask you a question? Tell me why you think I ask you a question all the time. Because if I just sit there and go like this, blah, 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 you're not absorbing it. But if I ask you a question, I control the direction of the conversation. I control the tempo of the conversation. I control the content of the conversation. And I'm much better at teaching them what it is we do, or certainly what they need to know in that short interaction. So that's the best way. So if this helps, maybe it doesn't, but if this helps, think of yourself as being like Italian-American or a Joe Borio Italian-American. Anytime they ask you a question, you go, hey, how you doing? How you doing? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? How's your mom doing? How's your baba doing? Hey, how was your Easter? How was your Easter? Buona Pasqua. Makes it a lot more fun, and hopefully it makes it a lot easier. Listen, guys, I run Chiropassion Consulting. I love what I do. I've been in practice 29 years, and I really love helping other docs go to their next level. So whether you're just starting out, we have a student program, which is really affordable. It gives you just full access to all these things that I teach. and really helps you out with your office and, you know, to be office, to be practice. Maybe you just open up. Maybe you're somebody who's in practice who, you know, wants to do better. Maybe you're not doing so great. I have some other docs that are probably some of the highest volume docs in the country, but they're looking to master. They're looking to go better. So regardless of where you're at, Chiropassion Consulting Mastery Gold is a great program for you. Hey, listen, if you want to talk to me more and share your story with me, I'd certainly love to hear that, because the story really tells me a lot. There's a free coaching call. You can hit the link wherever the heck it is, down here or up there, whatever. So hit the link. It'll give you a free coaching call with me. We could jump online, like to talk to you more. Maybe you're somebody who's, listen, I've heard this guy, I love him, and I want to join Chiropassion and Chiropassion Mastery Gold. No contracts. You can jump right on the program, stay as long as you want, as long as there's value. I think it's highly valuable. I think it's life-changing for you. And maybe I don't resonate with you. Well, then you probably already shut me off and you haven't hung this long of the video. So in that case, I probably won't ever talk to you. But if I do resonate with you, I'd certainly love to have the opportunity to talk to you. Certainly serve you, teach you what I've learned over the years, no doubt. And it certainly brought me massive, I think, not success just financially, but certainly massive success in my ability to impact others, influence others, and offer chiropractic care to more people, which in the end is been my purpose and sole purpose. It's I became a chiropractor and put on the DC. So love and appreciate you guys for loving what I love. Dr. Tim Shaw, my man, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Doctor, who we got? We got Tim James and Robert the Bonus, Josh McNamara, one of our clients out in Australia. Great to see you. Chris Peterson, John Jewer, and Eric Crane, one of our clients on Chiropassion Consulting Mastery Gold. Good to see you. Nicole Cox, one of our practice members. Great to see you. James Deedy, David Lohman, and Darren Scarfeld, one of our clients from Chiropassion Consulting. Great to see you, brother. Dr. Claire, Dr. Miss President, right? I don't know, how do I say that? Of the ICA. Great to see you, and it was so great to spend time with you and your husband. That was fantastic down in Kansas City, so that was wonderful as well. So I just got asked to be part of the ICA Mastery program as well, which is really, truly a huge honor. And my God, there's so many great coaches in that program as well. I mean, just being part of that program is a win for everybody, so no doubt. Certainly honored to be part of that lineup. Love and appreciate you guys. Share the video. If you guys like what's going on in here, be sure to share the video with others. And so at the very least, they can learn a little bit better communication skills. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you guys later this week. Take the opportunity. We got tons of videos right here on my Facebook page. So watch a bunch of videos, and I give a lot of stuff away, hopefully, so it helps you in your practice. And hopefully you resonate with us, and it brings you to chiropractic. So talk to you guys soon. Love and appreciate you. I'll talk to you later this week.